Have you ever stopped to think that the most devastating storms, the most destructive earthquakes, and even the droughts that plague the world might not be the work of nature? What seems like nothing more than a whim of the weather might actually be part of a calculated plan to control humanity. Behind a seemingly harmless facility in Alaska, known as HAARP, lies a powerful and sinister weapon capable of manipulating the weather and even the human mind. They want you to believe this is just a conspiracy theory, but the evidence is far too alarming to ignore. And what about the New World Order, that secret agenda aiming to transform the world into a field of total domination by a global elite? Make no mistake, HAARP is not just a scientific tool, it's the hammer shaping a dark future of total control. Imagine governments manipulating natural disasters to impose their will, eliminating anyone who dares to resist. This video is what they don't want you to see. Get ready, because the truths revealed here will forever change the way you see the world. Part 1. What is HAARP? HAARP, officially known as the High-Frequency Active Auroral Research Program, is presented as an innocent scientific project to study the ionosphere, that layer of the atmosphere interacting with particles from space. But what few people know is that this facility, located in Alaska, has technology so advanced that it triggers global fears. With a network of massive antennas capable of emitting powerful radio waves into the ionosphere, HAARP has the potential to alter weather patterns, possibly influence global communications, and even interfere with human mental health. Although governments insist that HAARP is nothing more than a research lab, dark theories suggest otherwise. According to experts and whistleblowers, this facility has capabilities far beyond studying the atmosphere. It could manipulate the climate on a global scale, creating storms, hurricanes, and even earthquakes in specific regions. Imagine a world where natural disasters are no longer so natural, but instead orchestrated to serve geopolitical and economic interests. But weather control is not the only suspicious objective of HAARP. Studies indicate its electromagnetic waves can directly impact human behavior, creating an invisible weapon to manipulate thoughts, emotions, and even control entire populations. HAARP would thus become a powerful tool in the hands of the global elite to turn the world into a theater of puppets, where we, ordinary people, are the manipulated characters. What are they really doing up in Alaska, and why is there so much effort to cover it up? Part 2. Connection to the New World Order. HAARP, with all its advanced technology, seems to be a key piece in the puzzle of the New World Order. This secret agenda, mentioned for decades, aims to establish a single, centralized government controlled by a global elite. Absolute domination over the climate and human minds would be the perfect tool to ensure that no country or ordinary person has the power to resist. It's no coincidence that the world's top leaders avoid discussing HAARP's true purpose. After all, maintaining control of the masses depends on absolute secrecy. Imagine an elite using HAARP to cause strategic natural disasters, a hurricane devastating an opposing region, an earthquake destroying the economy of emerging countries, or even climate manipulation to justify wars and military interventions. All of this done under the guise of natural events, while the New World Order agenda advances in the shadows. Climate has become the new silent weapon of war, and HAARP is the trigger that fires this devastation. The documents linking HAARP to the New World Order are rare, but when they do surface, they're quickly discredited. Is it really for lack of evidence, or is there a powerful force ensuring this information never reaches the public? Don't be fooled. They want you to keep believing the world is at the mercy of nature, but the evidence points to deliberate and frightening control over the planet. And this is just the beginning of what they plan for the future. Part 3. Evidence and suspicious cases. One of the most terrifying examples of HAARP's possible influence was the devastating 2010 earthquake in Haiti. Conspiracy experts suggest that high-frequency waves may have been directed to provoke destruction in a strategic area, eliminating political resistance and opening the door for major powers to rebuild the country on their terms. Was it a coincidence that companies and organizations controlled by the global elite immediately emerged to profit from the reconstruction? And who could forget the tsunami that devastated Japan in 2011? In addition to being an unprecedented natural disaster, it coincided with economic and political tensions involving Japan and other global giants. For many, it's hard to ignore the possibility that this catastrophe was provoked to weaken a strategic rival. Reports of abnormal vibrations in the ionosphere before the event raised further suspicions about HAARP's possible influence. But it's not just natural disasters at stake. The waves emitted by HAARP can interfere with communication systems, sabotaging entire countries without firing a single shot. There are even reports of people experiencing sudden changes in their emotions and thoughts in areas near these installations. All this suggests that HAARP is more than just a scientific project. It's an invisible weapon whose devastating effects are disguised as inevitable tragedies. How many other catastrophic events bear its hidden signature? Part 4. How do they hide the truth? The global elite knows that the truth about HAARP and its capabilities is so terrifying that it must be kept hidden at all costs. The mainstream media, dominated by these same powers, plays a crucial role in this cover-up. Whenever theories about HAARP arise, they're labeled as conspiracy theories, discredited, and ridiculed. This is done to ensure people don't investigate further and are too afraid to question the official versions. But behind this disinformation campaign, there's a larger agenda of control and manipulation underway. In addition to media manipulation, the government itself denies any involvement in HAARP's military use, claiming the facility is purely for scientific purposes. But when a project of this magnitude is shrouded in secrecy and protected by a smokescreen, something much bigger is happening behind closed doors. Independent investigations are silenced, and journalists who dare question the program face censorship or even persecution. The truth is being deliberately buried, and the public remains in a state of ignorance, while those at the top pull the strings from behind the scenes. Part 5. What lies ahead? What's ahead could be even more terrifying than we can imagine. With HAARP's technology expanding and becoming even more powerful, the future could be a dystopian scenario where the weather and natural disasters are used as tools for social and political control. Weather manipulation might be the key to global submission, and HAARP could just be the beginning of a new era of climate warfare. As the global elite prepares the stage, we are on the verge of entering a new age where resistance will be crushed invisibly but devastatingly. Are we prepared for what's to come? Climate control and mental manipulation are no longer things of the future but realities unfolding now. HAARP might just be the tip of the iceberg, and soon new facilities will emerge worldwide to ensure complete control over the population. What once seemed like a distant idea of a new world order now appears to be a plan in action, and the question remains, will you be ready to face the consequences, or will you be just another puppet in the hands of this dark elite? The truth is right before our eyes, but few are willing to see it. HAARP is not just a scientific facility. It is a powerful weapon in the hands of a global elite seeking to control everything: the weather, minds, and even our future. As long as we continue ignoring the signs, we remain increasingly vulnerable to a plan that aims to turn the world into a chessboard where they make the moves and we are just disposable pieces. Don't be fooled. Silence and passivity are the greatest allies of this dark agenda. Now it's up to you. Will you continue to accept the official explanations, or will you question what's happening? This is the moment to open your eyes, seek information, and share the truth. They want you to remain in the dark, but together we can light the way. Subscribe to the channel, share this video, and leave your comment. Do you believe HAARP is a global control weapon? Let's expose this agenda before it's too late. The future of humanity is at stake,